Takot naman ito. So this is the data. Then there is a question. Ang sabi doon ni D is that, Ma'am, wala akong revenue. But if you would look at the question again, revenue, balik-balik pantaan niya. Ay. So may question, Ma'am, mali yata ako, Ma'am. Wala akong revenue. Quantity lang yung sa akin. Yes, because revenue is a formula-generated question. 14 is that revenue should be a formula, and the formula for revenue is quantity times unit price. So I will check. This is revenue. Hindi ito nasali ha sa inyong raw data. There is no revenue included. Rather, you're going to add the word revenue as your title, and you put a formula for revenue, which is quantity, that's the unit price, and then ordered quantity. All you need to do is multiply these two fields to come up with the revenue na value. So that's revenue. So if I would, good ni mga value ba? So ganun siya, no? Okay. Then there is another question, and the question was, Ma'am, how would you address those questions related with time? So meron tayong unshift, how to, ito siya ha, ito yung ating field. And then, meron tayong question na unshift. Paano gani mag-display na naka-unshift? Dili pa shifted ang items? Paano gani ito siya That was, hindi ko na matandaan. Hepte. Hepte was the person uh, discussing that thing. Yun sa ganito ni mo, Hepte? Ayun, thank you, Hepte. So, let's say, for example, unshift siya na order. So, that's the shift. Tapos, Hepte just put it ganito. Ayan. So, that's for the question. That's for the question na mga, ang daming unshift, no? So, ganito. But, place, okay, by shift, affected by unshift order placed earlier than April 5, April 2014. So in other words, so kani muna siya. So ang flow will be advance. Tapos this is ang ato ang list is the data range. And then you go to criteria, tapos ganito, and then copy range to, we'll see what's the output. Okay, so these are all the unshift. Thank you for this. These are all the unshift. Pero ang gusto natin ipalabas is 5 days prior April 2014. So, 5 days prior April 14. So, pag sinabi nating lesser than April 14, so that's another condition, which is the order date. And meron tayong greater than April 14, so sabihin natin equals, we will follow this format. So, unsa ang format na ni? This is April 27. So, 2014. So, yung format is April, sabihin natin 01/04/2014. So, we'll try kung we could, unsa ang value pag sinabi mong April 4, 2007. So, we will delete this one. I will just demo one item. Pero hindi ko to na test ha on my own. So, I'll just check kung talagang if it's working. So, me too does not try it yet, but the concept is already there. Okay. Then we will check for the condition. And then we will check for the copy to and direct your cell to the location where you will look at that. So April, that's look at the value. If you would observe, we have greater than April 1. So that's April 27 up to June. So we will go back again and see what are those unshift items, no? Unshift para ma-compared na to. So we will have advance again. And then we will highlight the data. Tapos, the criteria. So, this one is all the unshift. Okay, all the unshift. And then we will place the output. I place the output here. Itapad lang na ako siya. So I hope it will work. Okay, there you have. If you would observe, these are all items. And if you would observe, we have April, January, then pwede natin siya i-sort. We can sort the output so we will know what are dito ta sa sort, what are the order of the output. So, oldest to newest. So, if you could observe, meron tayong January, March, April, May, and June. And we scanned only values greater than, take note, that's greater than April 1. So, April 1, 2014, and checking the content of all unshipped items of April 1 greater than April 1. So greater than April 1 would be May, June, July, August up to December. So hindi niya sinali si January tsaka si March. At nagsugod siya ng display from April 27 to June. Tama? Tama ko? So we will highlight, if I would highlight this one, if I would highlight up to this point, I have seen 10 counts. So I should also see 10 counts on my items here to check if it's correct. Oh, you could see that 10 counts. So tama. Tama. How would you answer the question for question number 17? Oh, 17, which is list all customers affected by unshift orders placed earlier than 5 days prior to April 2014. So, ibig sabihin, earlier than 5 days prior. So, early ka og 5 days before mag-fall si April 2014. So, pag mayroon tayong nakitang ganito, looking at the data again and analyzing the data, wala tayong April, pero meron tayong March. So ano yung 5 days before mag-April? So pag tingnan natin si calendar, we will go back to March. Si April magtapos siya ng 31. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So dapat 5 days before siya mag-April. So kasali si 20. Siguro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days before. So, ibig sabihin, kasali pa si 26. So, how would you interpret the question? So, that should be earlier man siya. So, that would be lesser than, so before man, di ba? So, pag sinabi ka mo before, so before siya 5 days pa before mag-April, ano yung mga unshipped items? Okay. This example shows all items after April 30. But what if we have items dun sa question na aking tinanong? Which is, it's all unshipped items. Select copy. Kopyahin ko lang ha. Hindi man siya nakopya eh. Tapos, we have greater than, lesser than 01 of April 2014. Tapos, plus natin ng 5. I hope this will work because I really also don't know. Or sabihin natin, we will try if this will work. Kasi if it will not, then we will have to separate the value of the date and then we call for 5. But we will first try this if it will work. And we'll see how intelligent Excel interpreting this kind of condition. We'll see. This is our data range. Mali. This is our data. We will highlight our data. Then range. We will highlight our range. And then we will put the location of our outputs. Mali. Wala siyang 5 days before. So, yung counting is 27. Butang na to 6 days. We'll see again. Criteria range. I hope this will work. And then copy location. We'll try to put it here. Same pa rin. So, in other words, since it display blank value, in other words, mali ang aking formula. Lesser than, we will try to separate the date. No. Ano man siguro? It's something like that. If, try natin kung mag-work. This is date. That is long date. It's a short date. Ay, mali. Plus 6 kasi siya. So, April, May, June, July, August, September, October sana, no? Bakit mali? Mali man to akin. No? Ay, 2000, mali ko. This is 1. Pero meron siyang ay, June. Ay, days ang kanyang counting. So, dinaan niya sa days. So, 6 days. Mali pala. That should be minus kayang or before month. So, 5. Ay, tama. Okay? So, mali. We will try to, mali akin kanina. Kasi plus man ang nilagay ko. Nakuha ninyo? Mali ko. Hello? Ma'am, nawala imong screen. Kanina pa ako wala. Hi, class. Hello. Kanina pa ako wala. Any feedback? Nabalik na ang screen? Wala pa rin. Okay. Okay, nabalik na? Nabalik na. Uy, nabi ako'y feedback diri sa kong atubangan. Kuyuan masud ko sa inyo. Okay, go. Mali ko. If you're using your cellphone, pwede ninyo palakihan yung screen ninyo ha, without me. Supposed to be, ginaganito yan para makita ninyo wider. But if you're using your phone naman, pwede nyo i-widen yung screen ng inyong phone. You just press the screen, tapos ibulikat mo ang kamot, parang ganun. Tapos it will widen your screen. Pero for me here, hindi lang ako mag-widen ng aking screen kaya for my convenience of discussing the matters. So kanina, mali ako. Mali ako, it's because I do plus. Kung nakita nyo kanina, I do the plus. So nag-add 5 ako, which is advanced ko 5. But ito is, the question is before siya April 1. So ibig sabihin, it should be 5 days before mag-April 1. And what is the day 5 days before April 1? And that would be March 27. So if you would observe this one, we have March 27. So kanina atong formula balik. And then we'll see if it will work. So that's data. You will click advance. Click again G. You go to data, tapos dapat data nyo. Yan, data. Pagkahuman, ato ang condition kani. And then criteria, you are going to place it here. Oh, wala ko'y value na March 27. So if you observe, wala tayong value na March 27. If you observe naman, wala ding March 27. Tama? C. Pero if I would have 5 days, na DC kakadali. Na-disconnected. Pero meron na ako ngayon, no? So, message me immediately if I am disconnected. Thank you so much, Atilia, for the feedback. Okay, going back. So, ang days kasi, if we will analyze the question, balik. Let's list out customers affected by unshift orders placed earlier than 5 days prior to April 2014. So, 5 days before mag-April 14, ang April 2014, ang data na will be March 27. Pero kung pagsabihin kong 6 na dira, so March 26 na, for sure, meron tayong maipalabas na 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. So that's advanced. List range, going back to data. And then criteria. And then, there you are. So the orders are, if you would observe the date, yan, all 26 siya, diba? So all 26. If you observe also, pila ka book 26 of March na, if I would highlight, it will give me 9 counts. I would see this, how many of it? Also 9 counts. So, tama. So, mali niya akong question. Ako ang i-revise na akong question. So, that's how you will answer it. So, 5 days prior to April 2014, 5 days prior to March. So, ano yung prior to March? Do we have data? 5 days prior mag-March? We have March. Pero walang data yan kasi January na ang next. And then, meron din tayong question na 7 days prior to May. So, meron din 7 days prior to May. Wala. 7 days? Probably na. Kasi merong April 27. Tapos, we have 7 days prior to February. February, we have February. Walang February because walang output for February. So, if you would see these questions, this will have no output. 5 will be no output kasi 27 lang meron. Meron tayong walang output din ito. Meron itong output. Ito walang output. So, question. Any feedback with the discussion? February, 7 days before February. So, January, ay, na. Dabe, 23 si January, February, 28. 28 lang man sa February, no? So, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, tama. Meron tayong January, correct? So, probably, meron itong sagot si February, tsaka si May, pero eto wala itong probable output. Same thing with 7. So, question? Question? Ha? Yes, wala niyang question. So, pag mga ganitong issue gani, please try to message immediately in the comment box of your Edmudo. Kanya, diri mag-message dayong kadiri because so I could immediately put something on and then kapag naka-put something on ako and then that means pwede ka nang maglagay agad pwede mo nang i-try sa imuhang sa imuhang answer. Okay? Okay. So since there's none, so I will give you another practice exercise. Practice exercise related with advance. Okay, balik ulit tayo dito. What if I will reverse the question? What if I would have list all customers affected by all shift orders placed earlier 5 days before April? What would be the command if it's shift orders? Ibig sabihin, if this is the data, we have all unshipped orders. Pag unshipped orders ka, that's blank. But what if you will call only those shift items, kanilang na ay laman? What would be the command? Any answer? Oh, that's very easy if you would use the unshift and shift na kani. But what if I will not require you to have another field here? Ano man ang other possible way to call all shift items without using the last field you have in your screen? Wala. Ano ang opposite ng if we call empty as equals, tapos katong equal symbol, ano ang opposite kapag i-call natin na hindi siya empty? Ay, assignment na, be. Ganahan ko ano. Magpa-assignment ko. Kasi, Don't you know that based on research, kanya mga butang na kamo ang nakadiscover, matagal yan siya mawala sa inyong memory. Di ba na? Di ba na? Madugay kay mga nakalimot kay nangita gid mo nagpila ka adlaw. So, is that agreeable that I'll give this as an assignment? So, ibalik na ko ha. Kasi lahat halos na lang dun sa questions. I was the one who answered it. So, I want you to do your effort by doing research and how are you going to display things that are shift. So, meaning, kaning data din kaning nga data din naan ni siya'y so, ano mo ni siya pag-call kaning mga items. Okay. Puposa daw ko class. Okay, po.